Dear students, now today we are going to see economics first lesson production. Unit 1, the lesson topic is production. In that one, we are going to see about land. Okay? Land as a factor of production refers to all those natural resources or gift of nature which is provided freely to man. Okay? Land is as a factor of production refers to all those natural resources or gifts of nature. Okay, gifts of nature which is provided freely to man. It includes within itself several things. Okay, it includes the several things such as land surface, air, water, mineral, forest, rivers, lakes, seas, mountains, climate and weather. Thus, the land includes all things that are not made by man. Okay, see, the land includes many things that are not made by man. See, the things such as air, water, mineral, forest, river, lake, sea, mountain, climate and weather. These things are not made by man. Okay, so now land as a factor of production refers to all the natural resources. All natural resources. You know that air, water, mineral, forest, river, mountain, climate. These are the natural resources. So land is a factor of production refers to these all natural resources or gift of nature. Nature can give some gift to us. Okay. So see the picture. Land can take on various forms on the basis of the resources available from a particular piece of land. It are the variable resources. Okay. For example, the land, we say some land as a agriculture land. When we say the land is agricultural land, so here that is cultivated something. When it is cultivated, the land is cultivated means we say that one is a agricultural land. See, sometimes they sold the land. The farmers, the farmers are selling their land. They sold it. On that time, we say that one is a commercial land. Okay, when the land is sold means that is commercial land. When the land is cultivated means that is agricultural land. Okay, next we are going to see the characteristics of land. Land has few characteristics. Now we are going to see that is there are 7 types of characters land has. The first one is land is free gift of nature. The second character is land is fixed in supply. The third one is land is impartial. Fourth one is the land is a primary factor of production. Fifth one is land is immovable. Sixth one is land has some original indestructible powers. Seventh one, land differs in fertility. Okay, these are the characteristics of land. Now we are going to see the first character, that is land is free gift of nature. Man has to make efforts in order to acquire other factors of production, but to acquire land no human effects are needed. Okay, to acquire land no human effects are needed. Land is not the outcome of an human labor. Okay, it is not an outcome. Rather, it existed even long before the evolution of man. Okay. Now, the second character, land is fixed in supply. The total quantity of land does not undergo any change. Okay, the total quantity of land does not undergo any change. It is limited and can be increased or decreased with human efforts. Okay, by our effect, the land cannot be increased or decreased. It's a limited one. No alteration can be made in the surface area of the land. Okay, you cannot make any alteration in the surface area of the land. Then third one, Land is imperishable. All man-made things are perishable, and these may even go out of existence. But land is imperishable, that is, it cannot go out of existence. Okay, land is not man made by man. Okay, it's a gift of nature. Then fourth one, land is a primary factor of production. In any kind of production process, we have to start with land. For example, it helps to provide raw materials for industries and to produce crops. Okay, it gives the primary products. Fifth one, land is immovable. It cannot be transferred from one place to another. So we cannot transfer the land from one place to another place. Okay, how it's possible? So we cannot transfer. For instance, no portion of India's surface can be transferred to some other country. You all see the Indian map. No, India has some boundaries. The boundary, Indian boundary. So we cannot transfer some portion from India to the some other country. We cannot transfer. So land is immovable. Then sixth one, land has some original indestructible powers. There are some original indestructible powers of land which a man cannot destroy. We cannot destroy that one. Its a fertility may be varied, but it cannot be destroyed completely. Okay, the fertility sometimes it may vary, but we cannot completely, we cannot destroy it. Seventh one, land differs in fertility. Fertility of land differs on different pieces of land. Okay, it differs from place to place. One piece of land may produce more and other may be less. Okay, so suppose we cultivate, it means some types of land gives the more, then some types of land give less. As a gift of nature, the initial supply price of land is zero. Okay, you know very well, land is a nature's gift, so its initial price is zero. However, when used in production, we use that one in production, it becomes scarce. Therefore, it fetches a price accordingly. Okay, so these are the characteristics of land. Land has 7 characteristics. Okay, next one. Next we are going to see about labor. This land and labor, yesterday we saw that factors of production, no, that primary productions. The land and labor are the primary productions of labor. Okay, first we completed land. Next we are going to see about labor. Labor is the human input. You know, labor means that workers, that is the human input into the production process. Labor is the human input into the production process. Alfred Moisel defines labor as the use of body or mind. Okay, the use of body or mind, partly or wholly. Partly means, you know, one part. Wholly is fully. Okay, one part or it's fully, with a view to secure an income apart from the pleasure derived from the work. Okay, so what he defines, according to Marshall's law, labor, the use of body or mind, partly or wholly, with a view to secure an income apart from the pleasure derived from the work. Okay, this is the definition given by Marshall for the labors. Okay, now we are going to see the characteristics of labor. What are the characteristics? First one, labor is more perishable than the other factors of the production. Okay, labor is more perishable. It means labor cannot be stored. Okay, you know, labor means worker. We cannot store that worker. How we can store only that grinds food, things like that only. We cannot store labor. Labor of an unemployed worker is lost forever for that day when he does not work. Okay, he lost that day. Suppose today he doesn't work means he lost that day today. So that unemployed worker is lost forever that day when he doesn't work that day. The labor can neither be postponed nor accumulated for the next day. Okay, that work can be postponed to next day or that accumulated for that next day, but it will precious. Once it lost, it the loss forever. Okay, we cannot get it back again. If we lost means it lost forever only. We can't get it back. Okay, that this is the important first character. Then second one, labor is an active factor of the production. He is the active person. He is the active factor. Neither land nor capital can eat much without labor. Okay, without labor we cannot earn in from that land or capital. Okay, third one, labor is not homogeneous. Skill and dexterity vary from the person to person. Some person may work fast, quick, talently, that someone slow like that. So it may be vary from person to person. Skill is vary from person to person. The next one, labor cannot be separated from the laborer. It cannot be separated. Then labor is movable. Labor is a mobile. Man moves from one place to another, from a low paid occupation to a high paid occupation. Okay, we cannot move the land is unmovable, but labor is movable. Man moves from one place to another for job, who gives more pay. So due to the occupation, he moved from place to place. So man moved from one place to another for a low paid occupation to high paid, the payment salary. So high salary, he moved from another place for that salary income. Okay, then the last one, the individual labor has limited bargaining power. He cannot fight with his employer for a rise wages or improvement in workplace conditions. Okay, he cannot rise in wages or improvement in workplace conditions. However, when the worker combine to form trade unions, okay, the workers are forming union, union, workers union, like that they can form. The bargaining power of labor increase. That union can bargain the power of laborers to increase their wages. Okay, these are the characteristics of labor. Thank you, children.